look, I guess I just want to go over a couple of things and just want to ask you if you can share with everyone listening here tonight, like why you guys decided to take the opportunity and why you decided to provide your son Aiden with an opportunity like this to go and study and compete in the United States.
Oh, fantastic. Jacob, can you hear and see me well? Jacob, can you see it?
Yes, I got you. I can hear you. Just
great.
My sound turned down.
No, fantastic. Jacob, thanks. Good evening, and good evening to all the South African families out there as well. Yeah, let's get straight into it. It was almost 3 years to the date, guys, where I, as a typical grade 11 parent, sat down with Aiden and said, well, what do you want to do with your life after school? And typically, he had no idea other than he wanted to play sport, and rugby just so happened to be his sport of choice. And we sat down as a family, and we really had to dig deep and hard. And I guess what made it a bit different for us families is that I was lucky enough. My brother is a resident in Australia, and the IM360 program, engaged with my brother's son some years ago. So as a family, we've been very close to IM360, watching how they've been monitoring my son, seeing how they've been spending time with him, coaching and mentoring him both in his mental, his emotional, his physical psyche, and absolutely grasping at straws as a South African parent, knowing that the limited options and choices we have in this country. I took a long shot, and I reached out to my brother. And as I said, I remember clearly asking my brother, I said, Gav, that guy that's working with Kyle, can you put him in touch? And it so happened not to be a guy. It was Marco Maizano, the CEO and founder of IM360. And I knew very little about the program at that stage, not knowing how comprehensive an organization it really was. And I think by the next day, Marco kindly phoned me back, and we spent almost an hour on the phone. And I spent a lot of time with Marco chatting about South Africa, chatting to him about the amount of talent and skilled young athletes and just young people we have in this country. And very sadly, the limited choices we have. We've got some great universities in this country, but the chances of reality and everybody getting a fair shot at a tertiary education, never mind being able to apply their sport of choice, is extremely limited. And Marco was intrigued, and I remember clearly, I think I said to Marco, the only way you're going to realize how much talent we actually have in this country is you need to come out and see for yourself. It just so happened that it was a couple of weeks before the Easter Rugby Festivals in Johannesburg, and for those of you know that it's a big thing in this town of ours. And Marco came out, Jacob, as you rightfully remember. And I remember clearly a 2-week trip ended up being 7 weeks, flat out. And I think last year he spent 30-odd weeks of the year in South Africa. And it's just really been great. But I think families, more importantly, what gave us an incredible sense of comfort was just understanding and learning through the process how involved IM360 really become, one with the families, but also with the students, with our children, whether it be boys or girls, irrespective of the type of sport they play. And it's been an absolute blessing. There's probably not another word for it. You know, we as a family are going through it. We went through exactly the same processes you hopefully will start and embark upon. And I think what gave us as a family incredible comfort is that IM360 is not a recruitment agent. They're a management agent. They spent the entire time with our families. They made a lot of effort to understand our families, to understand our children, and to make sure that the process follows suit, and that as a family we well equipped, we prepared. And I think not only our children, Jacob, but for us as parents, it's a big thing for us in South Africa, having to send our children thousands and thousands of miles away from home, not understanding the systems, not understanding the US systems. And I can comfortably and confidently reassure every single family here tonight. The IM360 system works, the structure works, and they understand the American university systems, and it works exceptionally well.